Question. Are we sleeping on how good Leighton Vander Esch is, was, or could be? What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Fresh off Father's Day, man. Again, shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy belated Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed my day. Wifey and the kids took care of me. I'm feeling good. Here's one of my gifts. This joint is crazy. I put it on Twitter. People are telling me they need this. So we're going to try to make this happen. Get this in the merch store. You know what I'm saying? Got the right back like I never left on the back. You know what I'm saying? But there's enough of that. Look, I promise y'all I'm going to try and get that in the store. Let me get that up out of there. On to what I want to talk about today. Let's talk about LVE, Leighton Vander Esch. And the reason why I'm bringing up LVE is, look, like I said before, it's the dead time of the year. It's plenty of time to evaluate, over-evaluate, reevaluate things going on with the team. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of news stories coming out that I think of. So, you kind of get into your hypothetical bag, your, what if, I think this is what's happening. I think this is going to happen. And looking at LVE, man, he really, really started to come on the latter part of the year last year. Now, I know it's hard to get excited about that because in the latter part of the year, that's when a lot of the players were struggling on the offensive end. Dak was having his moments because of the calf strain. They were having trouble getting Coop the ball. Zeke had the tear in his knee. We had a lot of offensive struggles, but the defense was solid, and Leighton was one of those key links in that defense. Leighton, let's talk about this. First and foremost, Leighton Vander Esch has had not a bad NFL career. Now, injuries earlier in his career, similar to somebody I know quarterbacking for Washington, was almost robbing him of his career. Because when he first came in, Leighton Vander Esch, when he first got into the league, he started 11 games, 16 games played, and hold on, I'll bring up the stats right now, 140 tackles. That was his first year, Pro Bowl year. 38 assisted, two tackles for loss. He had 2 interceptions. 7 passes defensed. He had a really, really good rookie year. And a lot of people at the time were saying LVE is next. You know what I'm saying? But injuries came in, man. The collarbone injury and other things. The neck. Literally, people thought it was over for him. So, he gets the surgeries and stuff like that. And then last year when Dak went down, remember, it took LVE from a collarbone injury he got earlier in the year. It took him like 6 to 7 weeks to get back. And then after that, he played pretty solid football. Pretty solid football in the 2020. 2021, Leighton Vander Esch, he had a slower start than we wanted. But remember, we had a new linebacker. At one point, LVE really wasn't on the field. Remember, earlier in the year, everybody forgets this. Earlier in the year, it was Micah Parsons. They were working Keanu Neal in there. They had Jalen Smith. These were the people in the rotation. LVE was on the field, but I don't think he was playing nearly as much. The linebacker room was kind of overpacked. Of course, Micah was at the top. That was our keystone rookie linebacker piece. And then you had, like I said, Jalen Smith, who wasn't playing good, but he was out there. He was out there. And you had Keanu Neal out there, and we were working in different packages where linebackers were coming off the field when we were running the nickel, and he just wasn't on the field as much. Later in the year, after we cut Jalen Smith, Keanu Neal wasn't really working out like that. We started to see LVE start to emerge and play his best football. I'm telling y'all, I really feel like another offseason in the same system. See, he's never played in the same system. And I know y'all act like that doesn't matter, but continuity is a big deal in football. Another whole year in the same system with many of the same players around him, and you start to have instinctual moments with your teammates. LVE, I know, look, I've been wondering, I wanted Anthony Barr. I wanted another linebacker because I feel like, first and foremost, we need linebacker depth. This isn't replace LVE, get him off the team. This is one of those things where we brought in Anthony Barr, our linebacker room becomes a strength. We can rotate players in, keep them fresh. But if we don't get an Anthony Barr, I don't feel like we're going to be doing too bad with an LVE back there. The biggest asset for LVE, the biggest asset, is who's in front of him. I feel like Oso Digizua. If y'all seen him, did y'all see him at Top Golf? He looking like, you know what I'm saying, he been putting in that work. Oso Digizua solidified to me. That's one of the D tackles. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm going to do a video soon talking about how crazy our edge rotation is. Fowler and Micah and D-Law and Sam Williams. That rotation right there of 4, we already know who the starters are going to be. But that rotation, I know Micah's a linebacker, but sometimes he's going to drop down to the edge. My point is that rotation is going to be crucial, but we'll get to that. Them in the 4 will take pressure off the linebackers. You having to worry about that 4 rotation. But the D tackle room, Oso Digizua, Neville Gallimore, Carlos Watkins, and Ridgeway. I know I'm leaving out some people. That's not disrespect. Golston will probably rotating there. But I feel like our D tackle room is starting to become more of a strength. It's on the low. Nobody want to acknowledge these people. But them keeping Leighton clean. Remember the San Fran game. The San Fran game, and later in the year, like I said, Leighton started to really pick up. I'll play some highlights. He started to play a lot better. And like I said, it's from the front end keeping him clean. Now, I know you can say, well, some linebackers don't need that. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about what happens to get the best out of Leighton Vander Esch. I feel like that front 7, especially that interior, keeping him clean. I feel like his linebacker instincts have always been there. I feel like Leighton Vander Esch's biggest issue was his injuries and getting comfortable. If you look at last year, 2021, when he came back, he wasn't playing with the same impact he did his rookie year. He used to, you know what I'm saying, hit dudes. And I think he was playing tentative because he was scared to get hurt. And I feel like earlier in 2021, he was playing like he was scared to get hurt. He was making tackles, but not making them with the same velocity. And I think in the San Fran game specifically, LVE started to play with more downhill, with more impact, more decisive nature, and stop worrying about it. And you know what? It takes about that time. It takes about a full year to really get comfortable with your injuries. That's why I say this year Dak Prescott's going to take off. Broke his ankle in half, had a whole year trying to get through it, had the calf injury and stuff like that. This offseason, the injury is a year behind him. Leighton Vander Esch, that collarbone thing, it took a while to work back in season. He got back, played through it earlier last year, played through it, but right around that mid to late year, when he started to take off, is when you saw the best football out of LVE. So I'm telling you right now, give LVE a shot. Micah, Jabril Cox, and LVE is a pretty amazing linebacker room. Because we got LVE's been to a Pro Bowl. He's played legitimate good linebacker in this league. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers wanted Parts. Now, they didn't offer him a deal that he wanted, so he came back to Dallas. But if Damone Clark is going to be our starting linebacker going forward, LVE wants to come out and put his best foot forward. He signed that 1-year deal. He wants to put his best foot forward so that he can get his bag next year. You're going to get the most focused, aggressive LVE we've got since his rookie year. And I remember one thing about LVE. One thing about LVE that sticks out. Remember when we lost, you know what I'm saying? You pay attention to players after the L's. And he's one of the players, man, I always, when you pull up any interviews or after we lose, it's personal to him. He cares, for real. He don't just move on. He not like a Xavier Woods. It means something to him. And that's the type of player I can roll with every day of the year. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all let me know if y'all feel like LVE is being slept on and is he going back towards what we got from him in his rookie year. You got to think, he's still a fairly young player. Some people don't turn on for him to their 3, 4, 5. And he got stunned because he got hurt a bunch in the middle. That fusion surgery, he's about a year and a half removed from it. And I feel like his play lately started to show that he was a better player later in the year. He had one of the better games in that San Fran game. That's a fact. Go back and look at it. Leighton Vander Esch, man, I'm letting you know right now, he might be more of an asset than a negative than people want to give credit to. But it's your boy, Mr. Rome. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll holla.